Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hazleton Area High School Cougar Football, coming to you live from Harmon Geist Stadium. Tonight, the Cougars will take on the Warriors of Wyoming area. Courtesy of Hazleton Area School District, Channel 99, Christopher Kozlop, broadcasting teacher from the Hazleton Area Career Center. I'm Rocco Petrone, and I'm with my partner who we've coached together. We've known each other a long time, and I am so proud to work alongside Bob Schnee. Bob, welcome to Hazleton Area High School football.
Thank you, Coach. It's a privilege being here tonight, working alongside of you. As you said, that we had undeserved privilege of coaching under a great man, Richie Matz. And there's not words that you could say what Richie Matz did for kids in the Hazleton area.
Well, I certainly couldn't agree more. Richie was certainly my mentor. And when we talk about Richie Matz, you're talking about a storied program in Hazleton Area High School football. So let's talk about tonight's matchups. We have second-year head coach Dennis Bookman. Now, Dennis played for me back in the early 2000s. He surrounded himself with an outstanding cast of coaches. 34th year coach Jim Drumholder. That's his right-hand man. Drummy and I, of course, coached together along with Dan Deal. And Dennis's father, Dennis Bookman. And then you have some former players in Scott Sacco, Matt Starrick, Jeff Burkowski, alongside Tom Major, who also coached with me. So this is an exciting staff that Dennis put together along with Rick Painter, who came here with Coach Mike Brennan. And the other side, you have Randy Spencer. Randy's a long-time coach with Wyoming area. He played for Wyoming area. He coached under Paul Marenka. And let's face it, Bob, a few years ago, Randy won a state title. And there's no doubt when I spoke with Randy, he wants to establish the line of scrimmage. He's coming in here with a big offensive line. First-year quarterback, who's, by the way, going to Penn State University as a long snapper, a young man by the name of Blaise Skocak-Minnick. And he's going to count his running back, Drew Marouk. Coach, I know you know Randy. I know you know Wyoming area. And I call you Coach Bob because you and I coached together a long time. What do you think about Randy and his program?
As you said, it's been a very successful program for a long time from Paul Marenka. And as you know yourself, you work from people that you worked under. You pick up little things, and that's how you become a good coach.
No question about that. And Randy has done that. And if you look at his stats from last year with his Wyoming area team, he gave the ball to Marouk, no question. In his sophomore year, this young man rushed for over 500 yards. And it was a shortened season due to the virus. We're hoping, fingers crossed, we have a full season this year. Averaged over 8 yards per carry. They rushed the ball for 221 yards and only passed for 78. But let me tell you, that's where Randy likes to live. Front seven on defense and up front with a big offensive line. And he's got this young man, Elko, that's going to anchor that offensive line. And he also has a very good athlete and receiver, Rocco Pisano. Bob, I know tonight Randy's going to want to establish that line of scrimmage and play some really tough D.
Yeah, I think the secret well, it's not a secret. Defensively, Hazleton can't physically get beat up on the interior of the line. I know they have all new people around the front, and two backers are having their first start tonight. The secondary, which is our strong point, is very experienced and have some great athletes back there.
Well, you couldn't have said something more true, because when you think of Hazleton Area High School football right now, and Coach Bookman's team, three names come to mind. Matthew Bookman, Matthew Casadas, and, of course, Connor Shamani. Great athletes, and as their former principal, I can tell you this, great students as well. But he's excited. Coach Bookman is excited about his quarterback, Tyler Wolf, and a host of support, starting with people like Christian Price, Leo Kelly on the offensive line with experience from last year, Kayvon Miller, Ryan Matthews, not to mention kids like Raymond Abreu and Christopher Sachs playing on the defensive side. Coach Bookman will try to run a balanced offense, and he will want to play a physical defensive team. And he knows He's going against a team that's going to like to run the football, and I guarantee you this, our Cougars will be ready.
And I think Coach Bookman has our kids ready for the challenge. Attending a couple of practices over the last couple of weeks and last year, I think Hazleton definitely made the right selection in selecting Coach Bookman. Rocky, if anybody knows how to establish a program at U over your 9-year career from 2000 to 2009, you were 83-31. You talk to any kid, they bought into it, what you had to sell. And Coach Bookman reminds me of a lot of you. He has high energy. Kids love being here at practice. I think Coach Bookman has the kids ready for tonight. And him and his staff, as you said, he's put together a tremendous staff. And I'm pretty sure he has this team ready. They're going nothing but north.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. And when we talk about Coach Bookman for a while, first I'll talk about his playing days back in the mid-2000s. He was a leader. He was a leader on the field, leader off the field. And what's important to Dennis right now is exactly what you said. He wants his players to buy in. He wants his players to play tough, not establish a winning season. He wants to establish a winning program. And you do that through commitment. You do that through pride. You do that through a family atmosphere. And that's exactly the way I coached him, and that's exactly the way he's coaching our Cougars now. I am one very proud coach. I am one very proud person of our head coach and his entire staff, and he represents our entire district in a first-class manner. So, Coach Bookman, we wish you the best tonight. And when we talk about a balanced football team, let's just talk a little bit about last year's stats. This is my example of balanced. In our shortened season last year, we went 4-2 in the regular season and ran into a very good Delaware Valley team who lost in the district final game. But along the way, we scored 12 times on the ground, scored 12 times in the air. We had 60% completion, and that's pretty good for a high school football team, I can tell you this. He knows when I coached, I'd like to establish that line of scrimmage and run the ball, but Dennis is not afraid to throw at any given time. So at this time, we're going to join our Cougar marching band for our national anthem.
For our Marines that were killed in Afghanistan. Thank you. Please remain standing now for the Hazleton Area High School alma mater, followed by our national anthem.
At this point, Lady Cougars doing a nice job defense. Push it from the Broncos.
Hazleton Area High School Marching Band. And I'm going to put my principal hat on here for a moment and tell you how proud I am of Joe Stefanko, the director of the Cougar Band, and our Cougars who stayed with the band through a worldwide pandemic. We had a shortened school year last year with online learning, very little in-person learning. It's not easy, folks, for our students to stay with a club, to stay with a sport, to stay with the band, but they did it. And I'm so proud of these kids. And speaking on behalf of the entire administration, I can guarantee you everyone is proud. So let's get ready. As the Cougars now come out of the locker room, I see the Wyoming Area Warriors come out of the locker room. Let's get ready for some exciting Friday night football. What's better than being under the lights at Harmon Stadium on Friday night? So we're going to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to be ready for opening kickoff. Get excited, folks, as we're excited up here in the booth.
Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Lot of sun, smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me.
We have Hazleton area versus Wyoming area. I'm here with head coach Dennis Bookman of the Hazleton area. How are we doing today?
Great, thank you.
I got a chance to take a look at your pregame show and your warm-ups for the game. You guys are looking pretty good. How do you feel about this year's team?
We feel great. We have a mantra around here where we talk about trust, loving, and committing to one another. And we have a bunch of selfless guys out here who are committed to the program and to their brothers, and being able to continue to get better each day.
Any players that we should be looking out for in terms of highlights?
I feel throughout our roster we have so many guys. We have some guys who are those quote-unquote headliners. The big three, as they're being called by so many of those juniors, with Matthew Casadas, Matthew Bookman, Connor Shamani. But we have so many right now in our program. We have a first-time starting quarterback here in Tyler Wolf, who's only gotten better. Our offensive line continues to improve. Defensively, we've really made some impressive jumps in year one last year to now year two. So we're really excited to see what Team 30, their identity is, and how we come together.
Speaking of Wolf, how do we feel about him? You guys are a little bit more pass heavy, and Wolf coming in, being a first-year starter, what do we have to expect looking at him?
I love Tyler Wolf, just like the rest of our players. Tyler, he's a player who just continues to want to get better. And also I'd be remiss to say Tyler Wolf is pushed by our backup quarterback, Luke Gennaro, and those two do such a wonderful job of kind of feeding off one another and continuing to get better together.
Mm-hmm. You gotta love that rivalry.
Absolutely.
Keeps pushing, yeah. Just moving forward, taking a look at Wyoming area, what do we have to expect from them? How have you prepared versus that big line they have?
First of all, a tremendous team. They're ranked in the state for a reason. They have a ton of players back from their team who won a state title 2 years ago. They're going to come in here. They're going to be very confident. But as I told our guys too, the bottom line is the Hazleton Area Cougars have to worry about their Hazleton Area Cougars, and we have to make sure we take care of things on our end. We come out here. We're going to compete. We're going to be ready to play Friday night. We're excited. Hopeful that we're going to have a great crowd at Harmon Stadium here. We're going to get the den jumping a little bit.
Pleasure hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing how you guys do.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me.
Welcome back to Harmon Stadium, getting ready for opening kickoff. Hazleton Area High School Cougars versus Wyoming Area Warriors. And I have to tell you, Bob, right before that opening kickoff. As a coach, as a player, your heart is beating faster than you can imagine. You're so excited for yourself, for the kids, for the staff, and for the entire community. Do you remember those days?
Definitely, Coach.
So it's exciting. Our Cougars will receive. We have a couple of great athletes deep for us, and among them is starting running back Matthew Bookman. And we have a new man on the block, number 13, Trayvon Corchado. Both are deep, both exciting athletes as Wyoming area gets set to kick off. And I have to tell you, folks, one thing you remember, Hazleton area feels they have an advantage in the kicking game with Luke Russo, so that'll be exciting tonight as well. So get your hearts pumping, get your eyes fixated, because we're ready to start Cougar football under the lights, ready for opening kickoff. And here we go. Ball's going to bounce around, and it's going to go into Trey's hands. And he's going to start inside. Oh, a nice hit. And looks like we're going to start around the 16-yard line. Well, no doubt, Bob, you have some opening jitters trying to handle that ball, but it's not easy when it's bouncing around AstroTurf. So Tyler Wolf will take the snap to start this game. He's excited, and we're looking at our starters up front. And among them will be Tyler Wolf at quarterback, Matthew Bookman at running back, and of course the big names that we keep talking about with Shamani, Kusatis, and Bookman. So let's take a look. We'll look at formations. I'm expecting a lot of shotgun tonight. We see two receivers to the left in Kusatis and Shamani. We have a shotgun with offset to the left and some motion. Takes a snap. Running a little option to the outside, and here goes Matt Casadas. Nice run, getting up in front of the 25, 26-yard line, and it's got to be close to a first down. If not, it'll be second and short. Nice start to the season, Bob. Looks like a first down.
Great blocking and the speed of Casadas getting to the edge there. And that's all in Casadas. That's his speed.
No question about it. They established the line of scrimmage, and they established perimeter, and if we can get on perimeter with our speed, Cougars could be in for a nice night. No doubt Wyoming area will make their adjustments. You can see they're running an odd front. Wyoming area likes to run the five-man front. You can see somebody right over the center, which we call a nose guard. And again, we run the snap up the middle, maybe a gain of 1 or 2 yards, Bob. An offensive line, we have a lot of new starters, very little experience. Among them will be number 62, Leo Kelly. And, of course, they're going to want to establish that line of scrimmage.
Right, as you said, offensively we're starting seven juniors and 4 seniors on the offensive side of the ball.
Right, and sometimes it's not so much the grade as much as it is game time experience, and they'll get it as the season goes on. There's no doubt Coach Dennis Book will make adjustments. You can see we're back in gun. Offset, he's going to throw the football downfield, and we got an open man. Oh, nice break up defensively, but Matthew Casadas had a step on his man. Tyler Wolf, nice ball. I mean, he threw that ball, stood in that pocket well, and it's not easy for a young man to get those jitters out of his way with his first pass. But not a bad ball, Bob.
No.
So now we're looking at 3rd down and 9 on our first drive. You can see the coaches talk on the sideline as the Cougars break the huddle. Again, Wyoming area is sitting in their 5-man front. Looks like they're in cover 1 with 1 free safety over top, and the Cougars are in shotgun with 4 receivers. And now he's going to go to a pistol, which means he's going to move a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. Again, a toss to the outside. Nice move by Matt Casadas, but he's going to come up short, maybe 5 yards short, 6 yards short. So I'm looking here that Cougars are probably going to go to their punting game, and looking at maybe 4th and about 5.
That was a great effort by Bookman.
Oh, the kid plays with so much fire, so much heart, so much pride. I tell you, when I was coaching, I had somebody like Matthew Bookman, he's going to get the ball a lot. So we're going to take a nice look now at our kicker. And like I said earlier, Luke Russo has experience. He's going to do all the kicking for the Cougars. And we have 2 men deep for Wyoming area. 3 personal protectors for the Cougars, and we'll take a look at the kicking game. And he gets it off clean, line drive, and nice catch by Wyoming area, who's setting up their return toward their bench. Typical Wyoming area likes to return to the bench, and he's loose with a nice return and a nice tackle, but too much on special teams. So Cougar defense after the tackle by Connor Shamani is going to have to settle down now. That's okay. Put some pressure on the defense. I know Cougars are up for it.
Well, Coach, I think you're going to see run right now.
Well, there's no doubt the Warriors want to establish the line of scrimmage. They showed some heart on the on the punt return, but our Cougars now need to just settle in. You can see Dan Deal signaling the defenses to his linebackers, and they'll be ready to roll. The Cougars, unlike the Warriors, will run a 4-man front, more of an even, but they're still running a 1 free safety, and it looks like Connor Shamani is the man in the middle. Line of scrimmage, nice run by Maruk, 1 carry, touchdown to start off the game. Looks like he went a little bit left off tackle, and looked to me like more of a quick snap, try to catch our Cougars off guard. Warriors, 6 points on the board.
As Coach Bookman said earlier in the week in the newspaper, now you got to come back from adversity. And that's going to be a test for the Cougars, even though it's early in the game. And I'm sure that our kids are up for that challenge.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. Our coaching staff will certainly make some adjustments as Wyoming area sets up for the point after. Snap looks good. Kick is up. Nice kick. And it's now 7 for the Warriors, 0 for our Cougars. And right now, a good coaching staff, this experienced coaching staff, will start doing some talking, start doing some adjusting on both sides of the ball. We've established some perimeter on early possession of the ball, and kind of ran into the heart of their defense and got stopped. But now it's time to make some adjustments, and I have no doubt all the confidence in the world in this coaching staff to make the adjustments we need to make. Cougars getting set to receive the kickoff as Wyoming area, like I said, on their first possession. Drew Maruk carries it in, 7-0 Warriors. Harmon Guy Stadium, always a great place to play under the lights, and our field looks beautiful. What do you think, Bob? I'd love to play in this kind of field.
Yeah. I mean, by the second game of the season, before they had the turf, you'd be playing on dirt.
Exactly right. So Cougars have a beautiful field, beautiful facilities, and it's great. Shout out to definitely our maintenance staff who does everything they can, and of course our athletic director, Fred Barletta, who has so much pride in Hazleton area sports. So proud to have worked alongside Fred for many, many years. Cougars set to take the kickoff. Looks like now Casanis and Shamani are deep. And the second kickoff for Wyoming area, and looks like this one's going to Connor Shamani inside the 10, who has some room. Nice close by Wyoming area. Looks like, Bob, maybe the 16-yard line. Cougars will start their second possession.
This is the second time they kicked the ball away from Casanis.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and who could blame them? But putting the ball in Connor Shamani's hands is a good place to be because he's an outstanding athlete. Comes from a very athletic family. His father, Steve, coached with me. I coached him. That's definitely a great family.
And had a very successful career at the University of New Hampshire, and played under somebody that we might know, Chip Kelly, that coached exactly in the NFL.
Exactly right. Okay, Cougars back in their shotgun. Little play action. Ball looks like it was tipped to the line of scrimmage, and we're looking at 2nd and 10. Tyler Wolf, Bob, just has to settle in. It's not easy running your first game as a new starting quarterback, but he'll settle in, and the coaches will certainly make their adjustments as well. 2nd down and 10, Cougars at their own, looks like 16 or 17-yard line. 17-yard line. 2nd and 10. Here comes Tyler taking the play from the sideline. That's an experienced staff, and they'll make their adjustment. Cougars coming out, 2 wides to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun, ball taken by Wolf. Has plenty of time in the pocket, throwing the ball up to Casanis. And a heck of an effort. I'm telling you, this kid is so exciting every time the ball goes to him. I got to believe he's coming down with it. At this time, you got to give Wyoming some really good credit on the coverage. Looks like they even had 2 men on him. but not a bad ball by Tyler Wolfbaum.
Coach, actually 3 men on it.
Well,
That's the kind of speed you're talking about
Yeah.
from Casadas.
Yeah. Exactly right. Coach Schnee, he knows his defense inside and out. Looks like Wyoming area now looking at their defense facing a 3rd and 10. We'll see if they change from a cover 1 safety to 2 or 3. Let's take a look at what they're doing. Looks like they're staying in their cover 3. And the Cougars will come out with a spread offense, 1 back gun. 3 receivers to the right. Again, nice time, a dig across the middle, and he was open. And a nice ball. Unfortunately, we didn't complete the pass, so we're looking at 4th down and 10. Again, punting the ball from our own area.
It was a good throw by Wolf, Coach.
No question. And they run a nice dig pattern across the middle. And that's when the 2 receivers are going to clear it for Casadas underneath. He'll catch the ball.
Yeah, Matthew,
Shake it off,
Matthew doesn't drop those balls.
No. He'll shake it off.
Yeah.
He's too good of an athlete. Playing both sides of the ball on a hot night, he'll get it. Cougars back to punt, counting on Luke Russo again. A beautiful punt. Clears the field and all the way down to looks like the 28-yard line. Nice job, Luke Russo. That will fire up a team. You know, a punter can make the difference in any football team.
That's 57 yards, Coach.
That's an amazing punt. The famous Bill Parcells said when he was building a Super Bowl team, he'll start with a good defense and a good punter. And there's no doubt Luke did his job there.
Last year throughout the season, Coach, Luke averaged over 42 yards per kick.
Well, that's an amazing stat for a high school student coming back this senior year. He's exciting to watch. Heck of a baseball player, too, Bob. Wyoming area coming out in a pro set I formation. Again, looking to establish line of scrimmage. They're going to go off tackle to the left, and this time the Cougars will have something to say about it. Very little gain. 2nd down. And it looks like Raymond Abreu was in on that tackle. Heck of a play. No gain or very little gain. We're going to say maybe a yard, 2nd and 9.
This is Raymond's first start also, Coach.
And he's a good athlete. Again, another good student. And the Cougars will settle in here. No doubt. Coach Spencer's going to continue to try to establish that line of scrimmage. Comes out again in a pro set. Pro left, I formation. Fullbacks close to the line of scrimmage. And they're going to try to hit perimeter. And Cougars are there to stop it. And guess what? Number 1, Matthew Casadas, who's now playing linebacker, made 1 heck of a tackle for very little gain. And I'm going to tell you, Bob, you know this as well as anyone. A running back playing linebacker, there's nothing easy about that. Matthew's up for the challenge. You can see him an inside backer. Great play. No question it was a great play. So now we're looking at 3rd and long. Okay, it looks like Wyoming area for the first time is going to come out in shotgun and a spread set with 1 offset back. And we're going to have a timeout. Coach Spencer obviously didn't like what he saw. We got a timeout for the Wyoming area Warriors.
Coach, Bookman, with his speed and athletic ability as a linebacker, should average 10 to 15 tackles a game. That's the kind of talent you're talking about there.
And that's a heck of a compliment because in a 10-game season, that would be over 100 tackles. And I couldn't agree more because, again, he comes from a very athletic family. And Matthew Bookman, not only is athletic, he plays with a tremendous amount of pride, a tremendous amount of determination. And I know Coach Bookman is very, very high on his running back, Matthew, along with that offensive line. He has confidence in them. But right now, it's the defense that's coming up with their job on 3rd and 8. This is a big play of this game. We know that Wyoming scored on their first attempt on the ground, and now the Cougars settled in. You know what that is, Bob? That's coaching. Good coaching adjustments. Coach Drumheller talking to the secondary. Coach Steele signaling the defense in. And let's take a look at a shotgun spread out onto the right. They have their formation to the right side. And their quarterback's going to roll right and throw the ball deep. And a great play by number 13, Trey Corchado, who breaks up the play. A lot of credit there because they thought he got behind him, but his athleticism took over.
Yeah, his comeback speed to catch up to that outstanding play.
So once again, Luke Russo's punt buries them deep, and now we just flip the field with field position. We got to hope for a good punt return, and you're looking at two very good athletes deep in Connor Shamani and Matthew Casadas. Great play, Trey Corchado. First year playing for Hazleton area, and what a job he did. Wyoming area set to punt, takes his time, little pressure from the outside. Good hang time. Connor's calling for a fair catch. And the Cougars will take over the ball. Again, they much better field position, Bob. Gained about 17 yards, and we're in a 38-yard line for 1st and 10. Talking with the coaches before the game, they're very high on their offense. They believe this is where they could live. Defensively, they believe it'll take some time to learn some new keys at linebacker and the front seven. Of course, we're experiencing the secondary, but it's their offense they believe can get it going. But, Bob, as you know better than anyone, it all depends on that offensive line. So we'll see how we do now in our 3rd possession. 1st and 10, Cougars sitting in shotgun, offset to the left, and we have 2 wide receivers to the right. And we're going to do a shift. So we're going from weak to strong side now. Wyoming area sitting in their 50, and off tackle to the weak side. Wyoming area was ready for that. So what happened there was Cougars shifted, hoping Wyoming area would shift and run back weak, but we didn't get much on that one. 2nd down. I'm a big fan of the shift, trying to see if we can force their keys to go from a strong side to a weak side. Cougars did that, and Wyoming was ready for it. They're experienced. They play very, very tough in the front seven, and right now the Cougars are looking to get something going. So we're looking at 2nd down and 8. Tyler Wolf again in control. Matthew Bookman in the backfield. And we're going to go spread this time to the right. Single receiver down low. 2nd down. Straight drop back, has time. And looks like he completes the pass. Nice play.
Coach, that's what you want to do. Just get him into a rhythm. Start him out because of his inexperience. Little 5 and 10 yard
and looks
drop-offs. And
looks like Mitchell Manson came up with that one, so we're looking at 3rd down. And again, he's using more and more players. That's where you got to give Coach Bookman a lot of credit. 3rd down, close to midfield, and we're looking at a 3rd and short. Coming on in shotgun. Right now we have Matthew Bookman offset to the formation side where we're looking at trips. And we have a penalty. That's Michael Monahan wearing the white hat. He's saying we have an illegal formation or illegal procedure, and that's going to move the Cougars back. So when you're a young team like this, and you have to be able to overcome penalties, and that's part of adversity. It's part of what Coach Bookman talks about all the time. So we're looking at now a 3rd and long. Now it's going to change the play by far, Bob. You're looking at from a 3rd and 2 or 3 to a 3rd and 8, you know, your play, your formation, everything's going to change, your outlook on it. Wyoming area will make their adjustments as well, but they're sitting in that cover 3, 50 look. They got some big boys up front. I know they're big on that young man, Elko, who has a lot of experience for them. Shotgun, Bookman now. It's offset to the left, and now we have an even formation. 2 receivers on each side. Motion with Matthew Casadas. Straight drop back, under pressure. And he gets himself out of it, but a nice hit. I have to tell you, that's nice closing time for Wyoming area because Tyler has some running room, and we're looking at 4th and long.
Yeah, Coach, he had nothing else to do with that ball. All our receivers were covered. Tyler's athletic ability did the best he could right there.
No question about it. Wyoming area changing up some coverages there from man and zone. They're going to drop 2 guys deep now for this punt. So Luke Russo coming out for his 3rd time in this 1st quarter. And we'll see once again if he can help with field position. They're on their own 40-yard line. Nice time, gets the ball off. I'm so impressed with his punts. He's not making it easy, and we have a man down on the 10-yard line in high school. Once you touch the ground, you're down. And again, Luke Russo, how far?
50 yards.
And Luke Russo, once again, flips the field. That's a big part of this game. So the Cougars coming back out on defense, running their 4-man look. Wyoming area will come out once again, either in their I formation or possibly spread out again. We'll take a look at what Coach Spencer decided to do. First and 10. Cougars playing tough defense. Look at this. I won't even say a number there. We got 5 or 6 people making that play as they try to run the ball to the offensive right side. Our defensive left stopped them cold. And this is the weapon you have in Luke Russo, who buries them deep, flips the field, and now you're looking at second and long. Wyoming area now deep in their territory. So Maruk, his first carry, did a great job. But right now you have to give our Cougar defense credit.
And Coach, as we stated early in the telecast, all our people up front, this is their first start, plus the 2 linebackers.
And that's
so they're holding their own.
You better believe it. Second down, again, looks like Maruk gets up to possibly the 15-yard line, and we're looking at third down. Nice job by the defense. Again, front 7, and Bob, you said it well. I could call you Coach Schnee as well because you coached many years. You said it well. Our young guys are playing well. I like the adjustments we made with our coaching staff to stop the run, and we're looking at third and long. Randy Spencer, as the coach of Wyoming area, does not want to be in third and long. He wants to get more yardage on first and second down and go with the third and short with the type of offense he runs. But it looks like he's going to stay with the I formation, pro set to the left side. Cougars staying with their front man. It looks like they're going to show some pressure and a little play action screen. And he established that well. Looks like a first down. And he set up that screen pretty well to Maruk. Got to give Randy a lot of credit there. Quarterback did a nice job bringing everyone in. Cougars showing blitz. It's just one of those things when it's a perfect call during a lot of pressure. Coach Deal will make some adjustments there as well. First down for Wyoming area. Blaze Sokach-Minnick doing a nice job as his first time at quarterback. This young man is ranked very high as a long snapper. And he'll be going on to Penn State, which is extremely impressive. And he's running a nice offense right now for his first year at quarterback. I formation for Wyoming area, off tackle. And this kid's just breaking tackles, gets about 6 or 7 yards, maybe a little bit more. Looks like number 22 for the Warriors. And I'm going to need their roster on that one. But nice play for our Cougar defense, stopping that, but bounced off some nice tackles there. Okay, thank you. Bob Schnee helping me out with Leonardo Harris. Second down and 1. I formation. Fumbles the snap, but then picks it up himself. And, you know, Blaze had the presence to pick the ball up. Not easy to do after fumbling the snap. And that's going to happen with first-year exchanges with quarterback and center. But a first down for Wyoming area nonetheless. Cougars trying to settle in on defense. I see Maximo Takano going into the game. Hazleton loaded up with their athletes. You can see Matt Bookman wants to see the signal come in again at linebacker. Dan Deal signaling it in. And the Cougars are on defense, Wyoming area in their pro formation I. First and 10 at midfield. Toss. To establish perimeter on our team, that's going to be tough to do. And the Cougars get them for a loss. Let me tell you, if there's one thing we're going to be strong at, it's going to be perimeter with our athleticism and our speed. And Maximo, who just went into the game, Maximo Takano makes the play, and it's 2nd and 11. And again, Randy Spencer wants to establish first down. Cougars said no to that. And with a minute to go in the first quarter, we're looking at 2nd down and 11. So we'll see what Randy chooses to do here. He's going to stay on the ground. Obviously, he's running 80%, 90% of the time on the ground, coming back out in I formation, but he runs a tight eye. Fullback close to the line of scrimmage. Cougars crown the line of scrimmage on 2nd and long. We got some play action and some pressure. and great defense by number 13, but they're going to call him on some pushing, some extracurriculars that's going to result in a pass interference. And in high school, pass interference is not a spot foul. It's a 15-yard penalty. Now, let me tell you, Bob, Coach Drumheller is the best defensive back coach in the state of Pennsylvania. He'll make his adjustments there. There's no doubt he's working with Ty Corchado for the first time. He'll get used to it. But a 15-yard penalty, and that's a big play. That's a big play when you have to give up that kind of yardage on a penalty, especially when you're sitting at 2nd down and 11. So again, the field is flipped. We're looking at a line of scrimmage now in Cougar territory, somewhere around the 37-yard line. Warriors back in their huddle, and let's see what they decide to come out with. And I'm sure Coach Bookman's expecting some ground game, especially as they move closer and closer to Cougar territory. Let's take a look here at 1st and 10 with about 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Again, they're coming out pro formation, I, and they've established the line of scrimmage early, and this time they're going to give it to the fullback. First man through. Tough run. 2nd down, I'm saying it's going to be short, maybe 2 or 3. Nice run by the fullback. 2nd and short. So sometimes you're keying on Maruk, you're keying on the big back, Bob, and that time was just a quick hitter by the fullback.
Right,
that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter, where we have at this time the Warriors of Wyoming area 7, the Cougars from Hazleton area nothing.
Hello, my name is Mr. Koslov. I teach at the Hazleton Area Career Center, and I teach audio-video communications.
My name is Miss Alice Nicholas. I teach here at the Hazleton Area Career Center, and I teach health careers, all 3 levels, along with the nurse's aid training.
Hi, my name is AJ Eric. I'm the culinary arts teacher at the Hazleton Area Career Center.
A lot of students.
We're back here at Harmer Guy Stadium. We're looking at now 3rd and 2. If you didn't see the play, we ran a fade to the right side. Incomplete. Ball was caught, but caught out of bounds for an incomplete pass. So Cougars now looking at their defense at 3rd and 2, and we're at the 30-yard line. And this is going to be a big defensive call by our coaching staff. I can see Coach Steele signaling it in, and I'm sure he's going to go with a look with 7 or 8 in the box, thinking Wyoming area's got to come back to the ground game. Are they going to give it to Maruk? Will they go back to the fullback, or will we see some play action? We're looking at I formation, pro set to the right, double tight. We're looking probably a run to the right side, and he has established line of scrimmage with Maruk, and that's going to be close. I don't think he has it. I'm saying it's 4th down and maybe inside a yard. Bob, what are you seeing?
That's exactly right, Coach. 4th and 1. And this is one of the bigger plays of the game, if not one of the biggest.
Couldn't agree more. Looks like Hazleton area is going to go to their goal line defense. I could see Raymond Abreu coming in. We're looking at 4th and short. And right now, what happens when you have a 4th down and short like this, you're looking at pad level. Who's going to get their pads the lowest? Who's going to win the battle line of scrimmage? Double tight, pro right, I formation, quarterback keep, and I think there was enough movement, Bob Schnee, that's going to be a 1st down for Wyoming area. So Blaze decides to keep it himself at quarterback, and when you're the size he is, at 6'1", 6'4", 210 pounds, I can't blame him. 1st and 10, inside to about the 26-yard line. Cougars now have their backs against the wall. They got to come up big here, and got to play some tight defense. Get your pad levels down. Start reading your keys a little bit tighter. Bite down that mouthpiece a little bit harder, and let's play some football. Looks like a trap. That's a counter trap to the left out of the pro set, and that's going to go to Maruk for about 7 or 8 yards. Well, I'm sorry, that looks like a first and 10. 1st and 10. I apologize, everyone. They got more than I thought. Yeah, there's no doubt, Bob. That was the old counter trap play. Coach Matz loved the counter trap, and you see they went away from their pro set. And that's just a matter of following their pulling linemen and reading your keys at linebacker, and something the young Cougars will learn. Pro formation, I for our Wyoming area Warriors. Whistles blow. Looks like possibly a timeout called by Coach Bookman. It's a good timeout. Let's talk about the heat. It's very humid out. It's hot out. Our Cougars right now are in defense a long time. I like this timeout call by an experienced football staff. Good job, Coach Bookman. 7-0. You don't want to give up points here. Or if you do, you certainly want to make it tough for Wyoming to score. So, Coach, now we're looking at some goal line D. Coach Steele come up with some good calls here on defense. I'll say this, when the Cougars are in on tackles, I'm seeing 5-6 people around the ball, just the way you're coached. You don't want one-on-one tackles. You want swarm tackling. You want team tackling, and that's what defense is all about. You learn a lot on defense. Ball looks like it's placed somewhere around the 16-yard line, and a big first down for the Warriors of Wyoming area. Hazleton Area School Network, Channel 99, Christopher Kozlop, teacher of our broadcasting at the Hazleton Area Career Center, bringing you this game this evening, and we're going to show it on Channel 99 on Saturday, possibly 2 times for everyone's enjoyment, and you will definitely enjoy this because our students, athletes from Hazleton Area High School are special people, and that includes our cheerleaders and our band. Pro formation for Wyoming area, I formation. Straight ISO to the right. ISO meaning Bob, fullback just leads with some very tight splits up front, because when you run your tight splits, you're believing that you're bigger and stronger and can move the line of scrimmage, and he did just that.
Yeah, as you said, Coach, Wyoming area's experience is up front. You could see a sizable physical difference. So when you're running between the tackles, and that's taking place, and our kids are giving their hearts out there.
No question.
Wyoming just being physical.
Wyoming Air's come out with a 3-back set, full house set, runs behind both fullbacks. Maruk gets very close to the line of scrimmage, possibly inside the 1-yard line. So this time they come out, I used to call this full house formation, power I formation, some coaches will call it. That means you have 3 backs as opposed to 2. A lot of times Hazleton will run 1 back. Wyoming are coming in a 3-back set, giving extra lead blockers for their power. And power just simply meaning, Bob, that they're not going to have a pulling guard or a pulling tackle. They're just going to power it straight ahead with their linemen and their 2 fullbacks leading the play. Looks like we have a Cougar down. We don't know his number, but I do know that Mike Bannon, Lehigh Valley Network staff will be quick on the scene, doing everything they can to help our young student athletes. At this time, I'd like to give a shout out to our cheerleaders, to our band, and especially to our fans who came out here on this hot evening to watch Hazleton Area High School football. Let's hope this young man's okay. If anybody can get a number.
It's number 54. Coach.
Number 54, Raymond?
Yes. Raymond
Abreu. Let's just hope he's okay. After working with our Lehigh Valley Network as principal of Hazleton Area High School. I got to know them very well. They're caring people. They do everything they possibly can to help our athletes. And they have Raymond on his feet, and he's going to get a nice applause from this entire stadium. It's good to see this young man back on his feet. And right now the Cougars got to come out and goal line defense and try to stop Wyoming area on this big drive as we look at second down. We're calling it 1. Could be a little bit more than a yard from my vantage point. And we'll see if Wyoming area stays with the power I. I know Cougars like to see Raymond get back in out there on D, and the Cougars are doing everything they can to possibly stop this run, or stop the Wyoming area on this drive. And again, when your backs are against the wall like this, it's pad level. The low man is going to win. Wyoming area coming out in a 3-back set, power I right, double tight, no splits. And they're going to run away from power I. Not a bad call by Coach Spencer. And Wyoming area now, with their second touchdown, leads 13-0. Wyoming area established line of scrimmage, had a nice drive. Cougars giving every possible effort they can on this hot night. And right now, we have our goal line defense out there to try to stop this point after. I think we have a change of a shoe here for the kicker. Looks like Rousseau Jaden is doing the kicking for Wyoming area from what I see, and I do believe he changed his shoe to make this kick, and we'll see if he's going to make this point after. Snap is down, kick is up, and hands go up for the officials, meaning right now, Wyoming area leads by a score of 14-0. It's time for coaches now to make their adjustments on offense, and I have every reason to believe Coach Book will do everything he can to make his adjustments, not only with his athletes and quarterback, but with the up-front people and blocking schemes. So, Bob, you've said it a couple times we had some big plays. Without a doubt, this is going to be a big return for us and a big series for Hazleton area Cougars.
Correct, and I'd just like to make Drew Marouk is as advertised coming in. He's everything that they said he was. A kid that averaged over 8 yards a carry last year. I mean, he's making his presence known here on this field tonight.
Boy, I couldn't agree more. He's a nice-looking athlete. He certainly is running hard. He runs with a lot of tenacity. Coach Maranko, a longtime coach of Wyoming area, used to call people like Drew Marouk angry runners, and there's no doubt Coach Spencer learned a great deal from his mentor, much in the same way Bob and I did from our mentor, Richie Matz. So the Cougars looking at a very, very big possession coming up with 8 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the first half. Cougars want to get something going. It's not so much scoring points right now, but building up some confidence, moving the ball both on the ground and in the air. Deep for the Cougars will be Matthew Casadas and Connor Shimani, 2 big playmakers, and when the ball's in their hand, anything could happen, whether you're looking at a run, a pass, or a kickoff return. Wyoming area has kept it away from Matthew Casadas so far this evening. Let's see what happens here now. Kick is off, it's up in the air, and again, looks like it's going to be Connor Shimani with the carry, and he's coming toward his sideline, and he had a little bit of a crease. That's a heck of a run. Nice hit as well. 35-yard line. Cougars coming out for a big position here in quarter number 2. Dennis Bookman is huddling him up on the sideline. He's going to give this team a little pep talk. He's going to talk a little bit now about pride. He's going to talk about tenacity. He's going to talk about heart. He's going to talk about team. He's going to talk about love. And he's going to do everything he can now to fire up his team. One team, one heart. Here come the Cougars, 1st and 10. And now he's going to go to a pistol formation, meaning now he's going to have 2 backs in the backfield as opposed to one. Motion with Casadas and snap to Wolf, who's going to toss it to Matt. Casadas cuts back to the weak side, and here's a tenacious run. I see flags are down. Otherwise, we have a 5-yard gain. He ran the ball to the motion side, Bob, establishing the strong side of the formation in the pistol formation, but it's coming back. And, Bob, you can see that When it's a one back set, he's further back for shotgun, 2-back set. He's in his pistol.
I was impressed, even though the play is coming back, by the cutback ability of Bookman. You just can't teach stuff like that. That's just natural cutting ability.
And it's vision, and he just has that natural vision. And you're right, you don't want to teach that, because once you're thinking too much with the ball in your hands as a running back, you're not going to play with your natural instincts. But this is a big penalty. We're moving our Cougars back. So it's 1st and 10, all the way back inside the 20-yard line. I'm sorry, shouldn't have said 1st and 10. Let's see what they're calling it here. Scoreboard says 1st and 10. I'm not sure what the penalty was, but I'm sure it's 1st and 25 for the Cougars. Back to their pistol formation. Strong side to their left, and he's going to run some play action. He's under some pressure. Nice job by Tyler Wolf to avoid it, and he's coming outside and gets rid of the ball. Nice job, Cougars. Gets the ball into the hands of the receiver. Excellent job as he throws the ball downfield. Looks like Ryan Mattis for a big gain, and that's exactly what the Cougars need. And I'll tell you something there, Coach Schnee, there's no doubt Tyler made that happen with his feet before he made it happen with his arm.
Outstanding play by Wolf, starting his first game here.
Nice job by Ryan Mattis, and the ever-popular and ever-meaningful yards after the catch. We have trips to the right here, back to the shotgun, 1-back set, offset to the receiver side, and it looks like a keep by Tyler Wolf, and that's a brave run in the teeth of the defense, that big Wyoming area defense. But Tyler's showed some heart and some guts, getting some yardage, and now a manageable from 1st and 25 to 3rd and 6. And regardless of what happens here, Bob, this Cougars are showing a lot of heart, desire, and pride. Third down. Cougars now coming out with double receivers to each side, shotgun offset to the left side, which is the wide side of the field. Tyler Wolf back to throw. Again, he's going to throw up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, and crosses midfield for a 1st down. Tyler Wolf doing it with his feet, and Coach Bookman spreading out the defense, giving him plenty of room to run. 1st and 10. He did not establish a strong side in that formation, came out with even receivers. We used to call it deuces, meaning 2 receivers on each side, and he had plenty of room to run. 1st and 10 as he crosses midfield.
Not only that, Coach, the interior of the line blew their people off, and
excellent
and that's
point.
A great job by that inexperienced front
excellent
line.
Point. Against an experienced Wyoming area team. 1st and 10, looks like Randy Spencer wants a timeout after starting at 1st and 25, and it tells you so much about a team who starts deep in their own territory at 1st and 25, gets a 1st down. That's now building confidence.
Right.
And we want to now, I know what Coach Bookman's telling them. I know what Coach Drumholder, Coach Deal, Coach Major, they're all telling them right now, let's now turn this into points. We got some positive going. Let's turn this into points, and we're looking at a 3rd down now, or I'm sorry, a 1st and 10, where we're crossing midfield. What I'm impressed with is Tyler Wolf's vision, his feet, and his tenacity. Let's face it, he has a lot of guts running that ball up the middle against the teeth of that defense, and he's making it happen. And once you start doing that, your teammates believe in you more and more, and good things happen.
And as Coach Bookman stated earlier in the week, about coming back from adversity, just what you said, it was 1st and 25. I mean, you could have put your head down and went into the locker room at halftime, but these kids have too much heart.
A lot of heart, a lot of pride and desire. Again, we're coming out in a shotgun. Offset to the right, even formation, 2 receivers each side of the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10. Connor Wolf gets the snap. Bookman flares out to his right, catches the ball, and breaks a tackle, gets significant yardage. 2nd down and about 6. I'm sorry, 2nd down and about 4. Gets approximately 6 yards on a nice swing pass. Good read by Tyler Wolf. And let's start talking about that offensive line. They're doing a nice job. I know that when they came in, they talked about Leo Kelly with experience. We look at Big John Valdez Martinez and Nikos Raypatch and Dylan Solomon and Raymond Abreu. They're doing a nice job up front. 2nd down and 6. Cougars shotgun. 2 receivers each side. He has time. Throws the ball to Connor Shamani. Inside the 10, the 5, down inside the 2-yard line. And a nice read by Tyler Rupp to find an open receiver, Connor Shamani. Get the ball in playmakers' hands. 1st and goal for the Cougars. No question right now, Wyoming area is reeling. They're backing up. He has them back on their heels. Coach Bookman calling a very, very good series. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
Coach, at 6'3", 190, as a junior, in 2 years you're going to see Connor Shamani playing big-time football on Saturday.
No question. I couldn't agree more. And you're also looking at a very high academic student. He's just a student of the game, loves to play, puts team first, and just a great, great play. Shotgun from the 2-yard line, even set. Matt Bookman's a running back to the left. He hands the ball off. Ball's on the ground, and unfortunately turned the ball over. And Wyoming area will now get the ball back inside the Cougar 5-yard line. So unfortunately, that great drive all the way down the field. We saw nothing but good things. But right now, let's keep our heads up. Coaching staff's going to fire up their defense. And don't let down. This is a time when you get better. This is a time when you get better as a unit, as a team, as brothers on the field. Don't let a turnover hurt you. 1st and 10 for Wyoming area. 5 minutes, 49 seconds left in this first half. 14-0. And I'm going to look at this as nothing but a positive drive. Turnovers are part of the game. So defense, now it's your turn. Force a turnover, even if it means punting the ball. Do everything you can to help out your offense and pick up your teammates. 1st and 10 for Wyoming area and a 2-back pro set. Ball's going to the first back through, which is the fullback. He's going to get some yardage, but the Cougars do a nice job with swarm tackling. 2nd down. Looks like it was Aaron Crosley on the carry. 2nd down, maybe 5 or 6. Again, Cougars got to play tough defense here, and they want to do nothing more than get that ball back into their offense's hands. This is when you pick up your brothers, you pick up your teammates, play tough defense. 2nd down, pro set. I formation, and this is a trap. The counter trap again to Maruk. Works, gets past the 20-yard line, gets knocked out of bounds by Matthew Casadas, but a 1st down. So that counter trap right now is definitely working. He's not going to it too often, but when he does, it seems like there's a big hole. And, Bob, that comes down to just simple keys following those pulling linemen.
Yeah, I think we lost a little contain there at the end.
So we got a 1st down, moving the ball up to about the 24-yard line. Clock is at about 5 minutes, and Cougar defense right now is going to dig their heels in and bite down a little bit harder on that mouthpiece. It's time to play some good Cougar defense. First back throughs the fullback, breaks some tackles, and he's now out close to the 45-yard line. Finally brought down by Maston, but a 1st down by Wyoming area with the fullback again. Kids running hard. Looks like the first back through, Aaron Crosley, and again, 1st down. Blaze Sokach Minnick did a nice job going back and forth, getting the plays from Randy Spencer's bench. His coaching staff, experienced staff, like I said earlier, took his team to a state title. And right now he wants to establish this line of scrimmage on the ground, but like nothing better to run as much time off this clock to end the first half. 1st and 10. First back through. Again, right now, Bob, the offensive line is trying to take this game over for Wyoming area because when you're given to the first back through, you don't have a lead blocker, and they're moving the ball. 2nd down and 6. Randy Spencer and the coaching staff, Wyoming area, taking their time, working the clock as it goes inside 4 minutes. 2nd down and 6, and you're looking somewhere around the 48-yard line. Cougars trying to overcome a big turnover as they're about to go into the end zone. 1st and 10, Wyoming area staying in mostly a pro formation, and that's exactly what they're going to do, except this time he's going to split his backs for one of the fewer times he's done this game. Both backs down with their hands on the ground, and I think we have some movement.
Looked like
dead ball foul. What do you got, Bob?
Looked like the left tight end, number 27.
So that's going to back up the Warriors. And now it's going to be 2nd down and somewhere around 12. Christopher Kozlov working hard in the booth, has some of his students up here, and I couldn't be more proud of our students working so hard on Channel 99 to bring this game to the Hazleton area community. 2nd down and 12, split back, pro formation, motion. And we're going to run a toss to the motion man, who now breaks perimeter and gets crossed for the 1st down. And that's a heck of a job by Rocco Pisano, who takes motion, and I know Coach Spencer wants to get the ball in his hands, and that's exactly what he did, Bob.
As you know from coaching for years, this is probably the 3rd or 4th Pisano that came out of Wyoming area.
Yes.
All great athletes,
and
all
Joe
great running
Pisano,
backs.
exactly right, and they even could play quarterback, and Joe Pisano on the sideline as an assistant. Couldn't be more proud. 1st and 10, back to the I formation. Blaze back to throw, lets it go. Good coverage by Trey Corchado, and we're looking at 2nd time. So he tried to get the ball back in Joe Pisano's hand with a fade, just a one-man fade, but the defense was up to the task. And look at our coach Drummiller at the 25-yard line. That's one proud coach of his defensive backs. I worked alongside with this man who's setting a record, I believe, 34 years coaching football for Hazleton area. Started with the Mountaineers, now with the Cougars, and you're not going to find a more fired-up coach coaching the secondary for Hazleton area. Coach Bookman and his staff doing everything they can to stop Wyoming area. Trap to the left side. Maruk gets to the outside, breaks some tackles inside the 20, and he's got not only size, Bob, he got some speed. Taken down out of bounds by Connor Shamani at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, Wyoming area. So once again, counter trap to the Wyoming area left. Seems to be a play that's working for them. They're having a lot of success on the ground. And right now the Cougars have their back to their end zone. We need a big play to stop this drive before this half ends. 14-0, 2 minutes, 46 seconds left in the half. 1st and 10, right on the 15-yard line. Cougar side of the hash, and let's see what Coach Spencer has in store with Wyoming area. Cougars come down making their shift from strong to weak. I formation, double tight. And a simple ISO to the left side where he gets about 5 yards. Tackle made by a person we've called several times tonight, Raymond Abreu. And I have to tell you, this young man who was shooken up on a play, came back, he's playing tough. You can see his hands on his hips, doing everything he can to help his defense. 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Again, on the Cougar hash, we have Wyoming area breaking the huddle, looking like they're back in their I formation, staying with their double tight, toe-to-toe with their splits, and we'll see what's happening here with that big offensive line. Counter trap to the right, and once again, it's wide open, touchdown, 10-yard run. Wyoming area doing it all on the ground, Bob Schnee, and now we're up 20-0. And that counter trap just seems to be right now a thorn in the Cougar defensive side. And we've coached it. coach. And we know that when they're establishing a line of scrimmage, it's tough to stop. That big offensive line's now starting to wear the Cougars down. And let's face the fact right now that Wyoming area capitalized on a big turnover, drive about 98 yards, and they're looking to go up by 3 scores. So we're set now for the point after. The snap is down, kick is up, and the kick this time is up and through. He's 3 for 3. 1 minute, 56 seconds left in the first half. Wyoming area 21. Our Cougars of Hazleton area 0. Keep your heads up. Coach Bookman will talk to his team now. Keep the fire, keep the tenacity, keep the pride. Work together. You worked all winter, all summer. Heads up. Do everything you can to overcome adversity. And that's what Coach Bookman's all about. Dennis Bookman is not just a coach. He's an educator. He's a motivator. If there's one person that can bring this team back, it's Coach Bookman and his supporting staff. You agree, Bob?
Totally agree.
Listen, when Dennis played, he played with heart. He played with pride. He played with leadership, and that's exactly how he coaches. So right now, Cougars are down by 3 scores, but we have a long way to go. With 1:56 left in the half, we get the ball in our playmakers' hands. Anything can happen with adjustments at halftime. But right now, let's see what Dennis Bookman decides to do with his team. And it's all going to depend, of course, on how field position starts after this kickoff. But he has playmakers deep. He's going now with Matthew Bookman and Matthew Casadas. And he rotates people at the position of kickoff returner. And again, he's trying to establish getting some playmakers involved in the game. And he certainly has them, because even the up people, I see some good athletes, not only deep, but all over this kickoff return team. So as the Cougars wait for the kickoff, 1:56 to go. Let's hope the Cougars get something going. Let's establish some big-time plays and go in and hang our hat on something during halftime adjustments. Kick is up, and this time it's going in the hands of Matthew Bookman. He's going up the middle and now breaks it to his right toward the Cougar bench, takes a hit, breaks the tackle, fires up the crowd, and gets across the 40-yard line. Now Coach Bookman knows we're close to midfield. With this time left on the clock, we're going to try to put 6 points on the board. And I can see the coaches are fired up, getting their team fired up. Bob, they're not sitting on this.
No.
I mean, when I coached 10-year season from 2000 2009, I'll admit there was times I went conservative, said, okay, let's go to the halftime, make some adjustments. But Coach Bookman, and I talked to him last night, and I have to tell you, we talk all the time, but we love our Thursday night talks before the big game on Fridays. And I told him, Coach Bookman, I love your style because you're not afraid to go after people. And I think that's what he's going to do here. He's in a 2-back set. Looks like he's in his pistol formation. 2 receivers to the Cougar side. And the ball is off in Tyler Wolf's hands as he throws a dig route to Connor Shamani, who gets about 9 yards. Nice play to start this drive. Actually, he got enough for a first down. And you know the best part about that, Coach Schnee, is the clock stops till the chains are set. Tyler Wolf looks to the signal from Coach Drumheller and Coach Bookman. 1 back to the gun, even formation with receivers. Flare to the left with Bookman. He goes to him, and that was well covered by Wyoming area's defense, who right now is looking like they're going to play a little bit softer and look for some air show from the Cougars. 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped at 1:21.
Also,
and it looks like the lights went out, Bob.
Yeah.
If you look to your right, above the 30-yard line, the lights just went out, and the officials will stop this game. This might be a good time for a break, as we'll see what's going to happen with the lights, and we'll see what the officials decide to do. Now, Mr. Monahan, he's been officiating a long time. He was there when I was coaching. He's experienced. It's not the first time this happened. I remember this happening when we were up in Tunkhannock one year. The whole stadium lights went out. So this is a big decision what to make. We'd probably have our electricians on the site. and maybe some bad weather coming. I don't like the way that cloud looks either. So, officials decided the games are going to continue, and we're looking at 2nd down and 10 with a nasty cloud right now over Harmon Geist Stadium. Shotgun, offset to the left, even formation. Matthew Casadas in motion, trips now to the left. Ball is snapped. Look at the single receiver side to Connor Shamani. And looking for a flag, not going to get one. We're looking at 3rd down and 10. So what happened there, Bob, was they started with 2 receivers on each side. Motion Matt Casadas, single receiver to Connor Shamani. Nice play. Wyoming area defended it well. It's 3rd and 10. But you can see Coach Book was trying to get the ball in his playmaker's hands. And who could blame him for that? 3rd down and 10, dark side of the field to our right. And again, we have trips to the left, offset to the right. Tyler Wolf at the helm. Takes the snap, drops back under pressure and scrambles up the middle and is taken down. Maybe got a yard or 2. We're looking at 4th and 8. 1 minute, 6 seconds. Will either coach decide to stop the clock? And that's a tough decision on either side. Coach Bookman looks like he's going to bring his punt team in. Is Coach Spencer going to stop the clock? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. So the clock is running. We're inside a minute. It's 4th down, and the Cougars will go to their punt formation with a very, very good punter and a very good athlete and an excellent student in Luke Russo. Of course, Coach Bookman's telling him to run down the clock as far as he can, which is exactly what I would do. Why leave any time on the clock? I would let this run all the way down, and that's exactly what he's doing. 19 seconds left as he punts the ball, sidelines it, he lets it roll, and rolls out of bounds inside the 11-yard line. Luke, you couldn't have done anything better than that. Excellent job. I'm seeing umbrellas go up. Maybe we can convince Samantha Neiman to go out and see if it's raining out there. We'll see if we can get Samantha wearing her hat to see if it's raining outside at Harmon Geist Stadium. 12 seconds to go in the first half, 21-0. The Cougars will make some halftime adjustments, which I'm sure, Bob, that Randy will elect to just simply kneel on the ball here, deep in his own territory, and I'll be very surprised if he runs a play. Time is called, and they ran it without the Cougars. That's the first time I've ever seen that. The Cougars were not even on the field. Coach Spencer decides to kneel on the ball with no defense out there. Amazing. But we see our Cougars go in at halftime. Coaches now will start to talk, and I think I'll go in and visit and see some halftime adjustments. Coming from Harmon Geist Stadium, Channel 99 from the Hazleton Area School District Network, 21 for the visiting Warriors, 0 for our beloved Cougars. Halftime.
Hello, my name is Mr. Koslov. I teach at the Hazleton Area Career Center, and I teach audio-video communication.
My name is Miss Alice Nicholas. I teach here at the Hazleton Area Career Center, and I teach health careers, all 3 levels, along with the nurse's aid training.
Hi, my name is AJ Eric. I'm the culinary arts teacher at the Hazleton Area Career Center.
A lot of students who are considering attending the Hazleton Area Career Center should really take it seriously. I mean, the shops, the amenities, and everything that these programs offer are going to allow you to really explore your interest, but also have a viable career option after graduation.
When we're comparing CTE classes to any type of academic course, we spend a lot of time making sure our students are career ready. So it's not just basic skills. We're teaching them teamwork. We're teaching 21st century skills. How can our students work together? How can our students become positive parts of our communities? We're teaching them professionalism, leadership, and again, these are skills that you're not going to find in all academic courses.
I think what makes CTE stick out is it's real. But in the real world, we need workers. Everywhere you go, there's somebody doing a task, somebody doing a job. This is teaching you the task, the job. So to me, this is even more important, or just as important as your academics.
CTE programs differ greatly from that of academia. There's a different focus, a different emphasis, and a different approach to the education model.
I think all CTE programs are trying to mimic the real world as much as possible.
I think because we actually go to the nursing home and work, they're doing the actual job of a nurse's aide.
My program personally, we have an active restaurant where guests get to come in, dine with us, experience our food, and then at the end they really get to critique and let us know how we're doing, which really gets the students ready for what happens in the real world, but in a learning environment. So we do understand that there can be mistakes, but sometimes mistakes are okay because this is just a learning environment.
There will always be sick people. There'll always be a need for nurses and nurses' aides in our world.
The only advice I can give a student who has any form of hesitation on whether to come to the Career Center is to give it a try.
At this point, Lady Cougars doing a nice job defensively. Says push it for Rocco.
I feel like Jordan, give me the rock and I'm scoring.
Krasinski will kick it ahead of the wall.
I'm up for the sun in the morning. Oof, hey, I gotta flex. I need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the dead. Hey, oof, I told him out of my way. I don't got nothing to say. Now they can't run in my pace.
Harley Krasinski, 0-0 for Hazleton area.
They know that we ain't the same. 402, we rap the game. I told them this ain't a game.
giants, giants. Oh, I see the giants, giants. But I'm not alone, got my sword in my hands. Giants, they try to take over the land, but we won't be moved by the monsters of man. They gon' fall down, we gon' stand. Hey, cause I see them fall, I see them fall. I see the change coming soon, dog, man, I seen it all. I seen it all. Giants, they stand tall for a minute, but I seen the gall. I seen the gall. Looking down on me like I'm finished, but don't know the call. They don't know the call. I see the downcast and afflicted, man, I see the small. I see the small. These giants, they wanna try hard to kill us, but who playing ball? Man, who playing ball? I see them fall. I see them fall. Man, I see them fall. Said I see them fall. I see them fall. I see them fall. I see them fall. I see my mama crying real tears. I seen that cancer coming still pierce.
The PA Attorney General's Office and the PIAA remind you to resist the urge. Don't let pain become a killer. If you suspect a teammate, family member, or friend of abusing prescription drugs, tell a coach, tell a teammate, tell a teacher, tell someone. For help and information, go to www.ddap.pa.gov.
Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Big time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time, big time.
Tonight's matchup, we have Hazleton area versus Wyoming area. I'm here with head coach Dennis Bookman of the Hazleton area Cougars. How are we doing tonight, head coach?
Great, thank you very much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, you're welcome. I got a chance to take a look at your pregame show and your warm-ups for the game tomorrow. You guys are looking pretty good. How do you feel about this year's team?
We feel great. We have a mantra around here where we talk about trust, loving, and committing to one another. And we have a bunch of selfless guys out here who are committed to the program and to their brothers and you know, being able to continue to get better each day.
Any players that we should be looking out for in terms of highlights?
Well, I mean, I feel throughout our roster we have so many guys. You know, we have some guys who are those quote-unquote headliners. You know, the big three as they're being called by so many. Those juniors with Matthew Casadas, Matthew Bookman, Connor Shamani. But we have so many right now in our program. We have a first-time starting quarterback here in Tyler Wolf, who's only gotten better. Our offensive line continues to improve. Defensively, we've really made some impressive jumps in year one last year to now year two. So we're really excited to see what Team 30, their identity is, and how we come together.
Speaking of Wolf, how do we feel about him? You know, you guys are a little bit more pass heavy, and Wolf coming in, being a first-year starter, what do we have to expect looking at him?
I love Tyler Wolf, just like the rest of our players here. Tyler, he's a player who just continues to want to get better. You know, and also I'd be remiss to say Tyler Wolf, he's pushed by our backup quarterback and Luke Gennaro, and those two do such a wonderful job of kind of feeding off one another and continuing to get better together.
You gotta love that rivalry.
Absolutely.
Keeps pushing, yeah. Just moving forward, taking a look at Wyoming area, I mean, what do we have to expect from them? I mean, how have you prepared versus that big line they have coming in?
First of all, tremendous team. I mean, they're ranked in the state for a reason. They have a ton of players back from their team who won a state title 2 years ago. they're going to come in here, they're going to be very confident, but as I told our guys too, bottom line is the Hazleton area Cougars have to worry about the Hazleton area Cougars, and we have to make sure we take care of, you know, things on our end. We come out here, we're going to compete, we're going to be ready to play Friday night, and we're excited and hopeful that we're going to have a great crowd at Harmon Guy Stadium here, and we're going to get the den jumping a little bit.
Heck yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure hearing from you, and we look forward to seeing how you guys do tomorrow.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. Yeah. Ooh, big time. Big time. Big time. Big time.
Welcome back to Harmon Guy Stadium. 21-0 for the Warriors of Wyoming area. Cougars of Hazleton, nothing. And right now, I can tell you, Bob, halftime in the locker room, both coaches talking about what they did well and what they need to work on. And I have no doubt Coach Bookman right now is talking about where he needs to adjust with his front seven on the defensive side.
Coach Petrone, I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, it's 21-0. You take away that first breakdown earlier in the first quarter, and then when we had the ball 1st and 5 on their 5-yard line, I mean, you're looking at 14-7, changes the whole complexion of the game. I'm very impressed with how much our front people have held in there, even on passing plays. That it's their first start against an experienced team like Wyoming area. And I think they're doing a great job for the inexperience that they have. They're giving Wolf time to pass the ball. And again, you score on that play, it's 14-7. It gives you momentum, and it changes the complexion of the game. But it doesn't seem like a 21-0 game.
Well, I tell you, Coach, you talk like a true high school football coach, and I can tell you anybody watching this game is thinking the same exact thing. You look at that very first play from scrimmage, Wyoming area went in only 20 yards out because of a good punt return. And then you're looking at a turnover, and you're right. Cougars would be right in it. But what does a good team do? A good team makes adjustment at halftime. A good team overcomes adversity. Anyone that knows Coach Dennis Bookman knows right now he's talking about heart, desire, adversity, and what to do to stick together. It's not so much let's come out and score 22 points and win this game 22-21 as much as it is, okay, let's establish a line of scrimmage. Let's make some changes. Let's have some little successes and build from there. And that's what the coaching staff's talking about right now. And I can speak from experience with the staff in that locker room and the experience they have in that room. That's exactly what they're going to do. And you're going to see our Cougars come out, without a doubt, fired up for the second half.
And you know, as a coach, game 3 or 4, you're not going to see those mistakes being made.
And you're right. When you have a first-year quarterback, some first-year players up front, you have to expect some errors. Some boo-boos are going to happen. But Coach Matt's, our mentor, would always say it's those that make the least amount of mistakes that win the game. And right now, we need to come out in the second half, play much better against the counter trap, which seems to be a play that's working best for Wyoming area, and see what we can do with matching up as they go toe-to-toe on their offensive line. But for what I'm seeing from Wyoming area, it's nothing fancy. It's double tight. It's power eye football. They ran very few three backs, mostly one back. Little play action here and there, but I'll tell you one thing. I was impressed with their screen pass. But the positives I would take out of this is Cougars were buried deep on a 1st and 25. They got across midfield, drove the length of the field, had a big play to Connor Shamani. And we're not going to focus in on the negative because of one turnover. We're going to focus in on the positive, and that's what good coaches will do. And I have all the confidence in the world in this coaching staff to come out right now and establish some good fundamental changes. Wyoming area will start with the ball to start the second half. Cougars will look to kick off. Wyoming area already on the field in their return formation. You know what I noticed, Coach Schnee? We don't do the halftime ceremony midfield on who's doing what as far as kickoff and return. So maybe that's a change they made in high school football. Maybe it has something to do with the pandemic. I'm not sure. But right now the Cougars need to establish a good kickoff, and they got a weapon in number 15, Luke Russo. And as I look at this kickoff team, I'm seeing a lot of familiar numbers, which means Coach Bookman is putting a lot of concentration in the third part of this team. Not only offense, not only defense, but special teams. He's got some very good athletes going out into that field right now.
As you were talking about special teams, Luke Russo was a world changer in the first half there with his punts and changing the field.
Yeah, he sure did. He flipped the field several times, and that's important when you're trying to establish line of scrimmage. But right now we're looking at Cougars kicking off. I see Pisano's deep, and if I need a number of the receiver on the Wyoming area side. I can't make out the number. We got two athletes deep returning the ball for the Warriors to start the second half.
And as you touched earlier in the broadcast, telecast about Luke Russo, was very instrumental in the success of that Hazleton baseball team this year. And you want to talk about a talented team and kids that gave their heart out, and a coach of Russ Candler's status.
100% right. Rocco Pisano gets the ball in his hands, looking to return toward the bench, and he cuts it back to the Cougar side. Makes a couple moves, tough to bring down, but the Cougars swarm around. Looks like led by number 12 for the Hazleton area Cougars, and that looked like Ulysses Ortiz. Cougars will come out on defense. Looks like their starters are back in, and they need to now talk about the importance of establishing the line of scrimmage defensively.
That was a great play by Ortiz because he's out there on an island of his own, and he turned the play in and made the stop.
That's exactly right. You're looking at contain. Contain is so important on a kickoff team, and the Cougars were coached well. 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Double tight pro set, I formation. Handoff up the middle, left side, off tackle. Cougars swarming around. Looks like Baruch for about 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. Drew Baruch, 6'1", 205 pounds, is the workhorse. Looks like getting up a little slowly, and there might be a timeout on the field. I don't know if it's a cramp. I don't want to make any accusations here, but he is getting up slowly and getting some help off the field. Hopefully the young man will be okay. We certainly don't want to see anybody by any means ever get hurt. Nice run off tackle, 2nd down, 1 yard to go. Cougars getting coached up right now on D, talking to the defensive staff. Coach Steele signals in the defense, and the Wyoming area Warriors come to the line of scrimmage in I formation, double tight. Second down, first back through, close to a first down. Nice swarm tackling by the Cougars, but I do believe, even though Maston was in on the tackle, I do believe it's a first down for Wyoming area. Cougars making some changes. Number 54, Raymond Abreu coming out, and it looks like Big John Valdez Martinez coming in. First and 10. Maruk out of the game right now. Looks like double tight pro left, I formation, and I believe somebody moved early. Now we have a legal procedure, which will make it first down and 15 for Wyoming area. Blaze Sokach Minnick comes back on the field after getting direction from the coaching staff. First down and 15 for Wyoming area. Left tackle. Nice tackle by none other than number 1, Matthew Bookman. Looks like Leonardo Harris on the carry.
Yes.
Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry.
Great play by Bookman. You saw his speed to get to that play.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question they moved him down toward the box, and he's all over the field. Looks like now he's back in the D-back spot, but he's an athlete playing center field for Cougar football, no doubt, will be all over this field, and he's moving up to the box. Looks like a little counter to the left side and gets established a line of scrimmage, and he's going to be close again to the first down. Another Wyoming area down, and it wouldn't surprise me, Bob, if we start seeing some kids possibly cramp up with this heat. We need to get a trainer on him as quickly as possible. That's my guess right now. Cramping is going to happen in this kind of humidity and this kind of heat. And the importance of hydration, coaches cannot stress that enough. I know PIAA has been concentrating on hydration with wrestling, and there's no doubt coaches in the fall with this kind of heat, getting heat acclimation, going through double sessions, they're having their kids hydrate.
Coach Petrone, I was a little surprised as you're touching on that now in the first half. I mean, years ago, on a night like this where you're talking, the referees actually used to stop the game every so often to hydrate the kids.
That's a really, really good point. That's a really good point. I'd like to see them do more of that tonight with this heat. Excellent point, Coach. So we're looking at second down and 1, I formation. Maruk back in the backfield. He does not get the carry. No, I'm sorry, that's not Maruk. But the fullback does get the carry and establishes a first down for the Warriors. I apologize. I thought that number 21 was back. But that went up to the first back through, which is the fullback first down. That Crosley for Wyoming area is doing a nice job at fullback. And right now, the Wyoming area Warriors are again pounding the ball off tackle and again getting 5-6 yards at a clip. And this is exactly what Coach Spencer wants to do, Bob. He wants to get 5-6 yards on first down. That's exactly what he's doing. Sam Poro goes in the game for his area Cougars as Nico's Raypatch comes off, trying to get our big guys some rest. Cougar coaching staff rotating them in and out. And we're looking at second down, 3 yards to go. I formation. Now running double tight pro to the right side. Hand off to the first back through. Gets about 5 yards. First down for Wyoming area. Aaron Crosley on the carry. Cougars doing everything they can to stop them. And right now, they're going to have to make some kind of adjustments up front because this big offensive line throwing area is definitely moving in the right direction, and the Cougars need to get their pads a little bit lower, doing everything they can to stop them. And I can promise you this, Coach Major, one of our line coaches, Matt Starrick, one of our line coaches, they're going to do everything they can to get that line moving and get their pads lower. 1st and 10, I formation, double tight. So Ketchman, it takes the snap, off tackle to the left side, and again, 4 or 5 yards from Wyoming area. So nothing fancy here, Coach Schnee. Nothing fancy at all. Just coming right at the Cougars.
Yeah, they're just playing smash mouth football right now.
That's exactly what they are playing. It's what Coach Spencer wanted to do when I talked to him before the game. He wanted to establish the line of scrimmage. And there's only so much you can do as a staff. I mean, you're looking at a very big offensive line going toe-to-toe. And our young Cougars are playing for the first time. Many of them are trying to do everything they can, get their pads low and try to stop this running game. But it's just double tight, toe-to-toe. We're coming right at you. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. 7 minutes, a little more than 7 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Fumble. Cougars get the ball back. No, they did not. I thought, boy, I have to tell you, they got in there really, really quick. I'm so impressed with number 2, Mitchell Masson, getting in there so quick. And that's exactly what Coach Bookman wants to see. Hustle, create turnovers, do what you can by capitalizing on mistakes. And now we're looking at a 3rd and 10. And like you always say, Bob Schnee, this is one of the bigger plays of the game. Blaze, soak, catch, Minnick gets the call from the sideline, jogs back into the huddle. Wyoming area waiting for the call. 3rd down and 10. Cougars waiting for the Warriors to approach the line of scrimmage, and no doubt they're coming back out in, well, actually, they're going to come out in a pro set as opposed to double tight, and we're going split backs instead of I, and I'm looking for a reverse or a pass here, and they run a counter to the left side. Nice call, nice run. Caught the Cougars off balance with a misdirection. I'm a big fan of misdirection, Bob. Ran a lot of it when I coached, and it certainly worked in this case. 1st down for Wyoming area. Leonardo Harros went split packs this time. Did a nice job on a counter misdirection to the left side towards Wyoming area's bench. So a little bit of a different wrinkle there as opposed to double tight. And I formation, they come out in a pro set, split backs. And now we're back to the conventional double tight, wide receiver to the left, and I formation, 1st and 10. Toe-to-toe Wyoming area, smash mouth going right at them, and looks like another gain for about 9 yards. And again, it looks like Wyoming area has established this running game, and it's pounding play after play. Second and 2. Cougars looking for an answer here to Wyoming area's running game. Maruk has not returned since walking off the field, limping a little bit, but it hasn't stopped Wyoming area. 2nd back through off tackle, breaks a few tackles, gets caught in the secondary by Connor Shamani, but now they're moving the ball, and it looks like they're going to spot it somewhere around the 7-yard line, Bob, and a 1st and goal. Bob, you coach defensive line. I mean, what do you tell your players at this point when they're just coming right at you?
I've been watching the line play. Actually, fundamentally and technique-wise, they're coming across. Wyoming area is just bigger and physically stronger. There's no coaching that could make you physically bigger and stronger. Wyoming area's front line looks like a Division I college.
Yeah, you're right.
Line.
You're right. So now they come out in power backs. They run to the power side. And guess who's back in the game? Gets the ball down to the 1-yard line. Drew Maruk, tough runner, following 2 players. And it's 2nd down and very, very short on this goal line. Cougars trying to fire each other up. You can see the players, but you got to like our Cougar football team. You got to love the tenacity, the pride, the brotherhood. They're doing everything they can. but you're looking at a power I formation. Drew Maruk in the backfield. Handoff to the first back through, but we got flags, so a little misdirection again. They were counting on the Cougars keying on 21. Instead, they gave it to the up back, Crosley, but we do have a penalty. So that'll back up the Warriors to the 5 or 6 yard line, and we're still looking at 2nd and goal. And it looks like Baruch is jogging off the field. So catch Minnick comes back in from the call from the sideline. And I can see the coaches from Wyoming area running their quarterback back and forth to the huddle, getting the call. And we're looking at a power I. 3-back set, double tight, power football. Takes the snap, second man through, gets hit maybe after 3 or 4 yards, but muscles his way in, did everything they can to stop him, but the signal by the official is a touchdown, and that's the 4th touchdown of the game for Wyoming area, all on the ground. And Bob, I have to tell you, they absolutely have established the line of scrimmage. Had the ball the entire quarter with 3:29 to go. It's 27-0 before the point after. And like you said, you've coached the D-line, you've coached the O-line, you're around the guru of linemen and Coach Matz, and you just can't coach size.
No. And attending practices, nobody works the linemen harder than Coach Starrick, Coach Major, and Coach Sacco. Many of practices, they probably work harder than anybody I've ever seen on the field.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And the kids buy into what they're selling, and they're inexperienced tonight. Wyoming area took advantage of our inexperience. They had experienced people coming across in the front, and they exposed our inexperience. That's what it comes down to tonight. But by the 3rd or 4th game of the season, that inexperience, because you're playing, is going to be much different, and it's going to lead to Cougar wins.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Wyoming missed the extra point, so we're looking at 27-0 right now. But let's talk about some of the points you made, Coach Schnee. Matt Starrick and Scott Sackle, 2 offensive line coaches, both played for me. I know what they're all about. They're all about teaching. They're all about pride. They're all about fundamentals. They do work those kids hard, no question about that. You add Coach Major to the mix, who also coached alongside me, and I'm in a complete agreement with my partner. They work very hard. And let's not look at this as a negative. Let's look at this as our Cougars playing very, very hard, doing everything they can to keep us in the game.
Right. They're not getting blown off this line of scrimmage because of fundamentally our techniques.
Right.
They're getting blown off because they're much physically bigger than us.
And it's 5-6 yards at a clip, and it's wearing us down. So with
Plus, they have outstanding running backs in Crosley and Maruk.
Well said. Well said. So at 27-0, 3:29 to go in the 3rd quarter, we're looking at Wyoming area now kicking off. They did not make the point after the first one they missed today, so he is 3 for 4, and looks like Matthew Casadas and Matthew Bookman are deep for the Cougars. And I have to tell you, I'm so proud of our Cougar coaching staff. They have some really, really good athletes on their special teams. And that's what makes things happen. So approaching the ball, Wyoming area kick deep to Matthew Bookman, who's going to take it from the 11-yard line. Matthew, a tough runner, breaks a couple tackles, spins away, and gets up to about the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. I love watching Matthew Bookman play football because he runs hard. We have a man down. Training staff is taking a look, and let's hope the best for this young man as well. As the Cougars will now take the ball for the first time in the second half, and we'll see the adjustments Coach Bookman and his coaching staff have made at halftime. We do have a young man down. I don't have his number as of yet, but we certainly hope he's going to be okay. Lehigh Valley training staff on the field, and it's a good time now to talk about some future opponents coming up here at the Harmon Guy Stadium. Cougars' second week will play against a very highly ranked team in Harrisburg, and it's going to be almost the complete opposite of what you're seeing tonight. Harrisburg, who likes to spread it out and throw the ball. So the Cougars can't spend a lot of time on film and watching Wyoming area when they have to get ready for a very, very tough opponent next week in Harrisburg. So helping up, looks like number 56 for the Cougars, and Christopher Sachs. And a nice round of applause. Like to see that the young man is walking off, although he's walking gingerly. Let's all hope for the best for him. Nice job by Mike Bannon, Lehigh Valley staff. Cougars coming from the sideline after getting directions from the coaching staff. And it's 1st and 10 from somewhere around the 27-yard line. Cougars coming out in an empty set, 5 receivers. Coach Bookman giving a total different look to start second half. And under pressure, Tyler Wolf gets it off. He had 0 time. And what Wyoming area did, recognized empty set and said, we're just going to come after you, Bob. So they actually had 1 extra man versus our blockers, and Tyler Wolf, being an inexperienced quarterback, has to read the open receiver. Tough play, 2nd and 10. Coach Bookman doing everything he can to give Coach Spencer all different looks, make their coaching staff work on the defensive side, and we'll see what happens here now, 2nd down and 10. Again, coming out in an empty set, trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Tyler Wolf calling the signals. Wyoming area coming again, and I do believe the right side of the Cougar line may have moved a little early. Officials agree. Mike Monahan on the call, and it's going to be now 2nd down and 15. Second and 15 as Tyler Wolf breaks the huddle. Coming out now with a 2-back set, so Coach Bookman will let go to pistol. 2 backs. Matt Bookman now is going to go from running back to receiver. Trips to the right, offset to the left. Tyler gets the ball, straight drop back, personal protector with the running back, and a dig across the middle. Gets to the hash mark and gets about 6 yards. I like the call. Receivers run him off. Connor Shamani comes underneath, makes the catch. Nice gain. And we're looking at a 3rd down and maybe 5 yards to go. Maybe 4 yards to go. So I really like the play, really like the call. Love the halftime adjustments. Love our coaching staff. Great job, Coach Bookman and the entire staff. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Conventional shotgun for the Cougar set. Trips to the right. Tight trips at that. And we have motion with Connor Shamani. 2 receivers each side. Offset left. Tyler looked to throw. And he was going to throw a hitch to Matt Cassadas, get the ball in the playmaker's hands. But it was blocked at the line of scrimmage. And as every defensive lineman's taught, Bob, get your hands up on quick passes. Cougar punting team coming out. And the penalty there did prove to be a little bit costly. It's 4th down and 4, 1:58 to go in this 3rd quarter. Cougars looking at a 27-0 deficit, and will do everything they can to try to stop this big Wyoming area team. Russo back to punt, and I believe the officials will stop it, but even though they stopped it, this is the bright spot. He can kick that ball. And we're going to wait on the call because if it's against Wyoming area, we could be looking at a 1st down. Illegal player, which means Wyoming area had 12 men on the field. 1 too many. I know that penalty only too well. And 1st down for our home team, Cougars. And that's exactly the break the Cougars needed. 12 men on the field, legal participation, and I think the coaching staff in Wyoming area may be in a little bit of disagreement, But nonetheless, the call was made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now they have 11. So somebody must have walked off the field. And now we're going to see what the call is going to be. Well, you got me here, Bob. Is it first down or is it not first down? So Coach Bookman wants an explanation from the official. And I'd like an explanation myself. I wish I was down the field listening to this explanation from Michael Monahan. Well, folks, I saw a legal man on the field as far as the call was called. When the official goes to his chest, points to the opposing team, that means there's a legal participation. The call was made, and I could see Coach Bookman going out to the ball. He needs an explanation. And you know what, Dennis? I wish I was with you because I want an explanation too. Once you make that call, it should be first down for the Cougars. So now we have a timeout on the field. Wyoming area used their first timeout of the second half. 1:56 left in the third quarter. 27-0 deficit for our Cougars. And I could see the coaches talking to the huddled Cougars on the sideline. And I believe they're going to come out, Bob, in their punt team and not take any chances here on a 4th and 4. Jeff Perkowski, who played linebacker and fullback for me back in the mid-2000s. He's running the special teams. Jeff Perkowski, also a PE teacher at Hazleton Area High School, an outstanding coach, outstanding educator, nothing but an asset to Hazleton Area School District. He's running our special teams. He has us in punt formation. Luke gets the punt off and kicks it down somewhere inside the 30-yard line. Wyoming area running to the Cougars sideline. Lots of room, a little bit too much room. Blocking going on all over the field. Official goes down and looks like the ball is going to be spot at the 15-yard line or so, maybe inside the 15.
I think they threw a flag call.
Well, it looked to me like the rule change on the crackback block. See, the rule states now that every defender should see the block coming. And when you do a crackback, you're not seeing that block coming. So I'm hoping the penalty was called.
Yeah, I think it was around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that should be the crackback. And it looks like the young man is cramping up on the sideline. No surprise there. But we're going to see what the call is. Yeah, it looks like a legal block. Now he's pointing to the Cougars. He's calling a personal foul late hit as opposed to a legal block. I guess I spoke too soon because he's calling personal foul late hit for us, for the Cougars rather, as opposed to a legal crackback block, and I thought it was a blindside block. And what that means, Bob, is they changed the rule for PIAA that you should have to see the call coming. Well, he's pointed left, and right. So now we're going to just wait and see. But my guess is it's going to be against the Cougars for a late hit.
No, it's against Wyoming area. I think so.
Not where the linesman's setting up right now. He's setting up inside the 10. And it looks to me like it's going to go against the red, silver, and white. I'm a little confused, but that's why I'm up here, Coach Schnee, and not on the field anymore. Okay, so we're going to establish line of scrimmage somewhere around the 7-yard line. Wyoming area is looking at a 1st and goal. I formation. And it looks like the up back is Crosley. They give it to the second man through. Lots of running room. And looks like 6 points. And right now, Randy Spencer has a decision to make if he goes for 2 you'll be looking at the mercy roll, and I have a feeling that's exactly what he's looking at. So I think that's exactly what Coach Spencer's elected to do. He's looking to establish the mercy rule, and PIAA will tell you in high school football, 35-point lead means the clock will continue to run throughout the game. So he's going to go power I formation, power I to the right, double tight, runs to the weak side, establishes up the middle. He does get through, which makes it now Wyoming area 35, Cougars 0. And that changes some things with the clock operator as the mercy rule now go into effect with 1 minute and 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. And coach, that's something you have to think about as an opposing coach. Is it important to go for the mercy rule? Is it important just to kick the extra point? I guess everybody has their own opinion on that. Cougars will be set to receive the kickoff. 35-0 lead, and I would think as the fourth quarter begins, Bob, you're going to see both teams start to empty the benches and start playing some other players that may not have gotten to the game tonight.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them have a stop there. And going back to that point, as a head coach, I don't think I'm going for two with the score 33-0.
Yeah, like I said, that's someone's opinion, and
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my opinion to myself on that. But that's Coach Spencer's prerogative. He decided to do that, and at the same time, our Cougars have to get their pad levels low, do a better job with the line of scrimmage, and I'm sure the whole coaching staff is going to talk about that right now.
Yeah, I would have just liked to see them get more playing time because of their inexperience. There's nothing better than game time situations to get under your belt to get that experience, especially with this team that came in tonight.
Absolutely agree. So we're looking at a kickoff return set up for the Cougars with Matthew Bookman, Matthew Casadas, 35-0, and the Warriors set to kick off. Kicker approaches the ball, and the ball looks like it's going to go in Matthew Casadas' hands. Playmaker Matt Casadas uses his speed, breaks it toward the Cougar bench, breaks a tackle, spins, and gets out to around the 33, 34-yard line. And I like this young man's return. Love his tenacity, athleticism, and let me tell you, Bob, for as good of an athlete he is, what a great kid he is. And I'm proud to know this young man and watch how hard he works.
I had the privilege of his brother was summer help at the Water Authority, and the same thing. Just
excellent athlete,
a great young man,
I agree.
and very respectful.
Absolutely, Michael was a great athlete, great basketball player, track star, great student. Cougars in an empty set. Tyler Wolf calls Matt Bookman back in the backfield. Wyoming area drops back from their blitz, and he hands the ball off to Matt Bookman, who establishes some perimeter running room, gets maybe 4 or 5 yards to the outside to the right. And right now at the mercy rule, you're going to see this clock running, and it's second down and possibly 5 yards to go. Yep, 2nd and 5. As we're approaching the 40-second clock, Coach Bookman will take his time, but I have a feeling that Coach Spencer may start looking at getting some subs in quarter 4. Cougars go up to the line of scrimmage, trips to the left, Connor Shamani, single receiver up top, offset in the gun toward the strong side, play action, and a pass. Just a simple stop pattern to Matt Casadas. Get the ball in his hands. Anything can happen. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. No huddle. And now the clock has stopped due to a player down. So when you're in the mercy roll, an injured player will stop the clock, Bob, as we know. And that's exactly what just happened with 13.4 seconds remaining. And again, we want to hope the best for the player down. It looks like they're working on his lower leg. Cougars huddled up on the Cougar sideline. Coaches talking to them and doing everything they can to get some positives with just a few seconds to go in the third quarter. The coaching staff huddled around their players, and there's no doubt Coach Bookman is going to be as positive as possible, do everything he can to help his team reach some success right now as we go into quarter 4. Okay, 13 seconds remaining. Cougars are establishing a line of scrimmage. We have trips to the left side, shotgun, and we'll see what Coach Bookman elects to do, which is probably going to be the last play of quarter 3. Clock begins to run. Tyler Wolf takes a snap, throws the ball to Connor Shamani, who takes a hit, makes the catch, and gets approximately 6 yards. Positive play for the Cougars as quarter number 3 comes to an end. 35-0, Wyoming area over the Hazleton area Cougars as quarter 4 will begin.
I like the last couple of plays, Coach. Shows that there's no quit in our kids. There's no quit in the staff. I mean, kids could just put their head down. These kids aren't putting their head down.
Exactly right, and that's a tribute to the entire program. Coach Bookman and his entire staff. He's not going to let the kids quit. He's not going to let them put their hands in their hips, palms up, complain, put their head down, point fingers. That's not going to happen in the Dennis Bookman program. And I have no doubt we're going to have a very, very positive talk from their coaching staff after this game. And he'll do everything he can to get ready for a very tough opponent next week. Every coach wants to fare well on opening day. Sometimes that just doesn't happen. It makes you go back to work the following week, get the pencils sharpened, get back to the chalk talk, and do everything you can to work hard, and that's exactly what our coaching staff will do. And he has the kids all next week because school won't start till the following week. So we'll actually, and I don't remember this happening before, we'll have 2 games in before the first day of school, which hopefully will work in the Cougar positive way. So the Cougar starting lineup is out on the field. They're looking at a 2 receiver set on each side, even set, shotgun, offset to the left side as Connor Wolf waits for the whistle, and he is now ready. Ball snapped, protection from Matt Bookman. Great job from Tyler Wolf throws the ball out, incomplete pass, second down and 10. So he did have Christian Price open, but unfortunately that didn't work out. And I got to tell you, I see Drew Maroop down. I'm not too sure, Coach Spencer, with 35-0 and the mercy rule. If you want to see too many of your players go down, he might start pulling some of his starters. I know Coach Spencer knows he has a long season ahead of him, and he wants to come out of this game healthy. I'm sure he's very pleased with his offense and defensive effort. And he is an outstanding coach with an outstanding coaching staff.
I was just hoping that Tyler had few more seconds there because he had Casadas going down on a jet, and Casadas literally smoked his men.
Yeah, he's a tough receiver to stay with, and he's got great athleticism, great speed. And getting back to Coach Spencer, he is a gentleman. He is a hard worker, will establish a good program, comes from good stock with coaching staff on the sideline, and I have no doubt that he'll be very pleased with his team effort this evening. Our coaching staff, we are nothing but experienced and coaches, love our kids. They do everything they can to keep the positivity going, and Coach Bookman will do exactly that. And he'll go back, make the adjustments he has to make, and there's no doubt our Cougars will be ready each week. And folks, make no doubt about it, this is a well-coached team on both sides of this field. The red, silver, and white, and the green and gold, both teams well coached. We're looking at 3rd down and 4. Tyler Wolf in shotgun, looking to run the ball on an option to Matt Bookman to the right. Gets close to a 1st down, out of bounds, and let's see if they mark him a little bit sharp. Maybe short, 4th and short. Clock will continue to run because it is the mercy roll, and coach looking for a formation for 4th and short. Okay, Tyler gets the call from Coach Bookman, goes back to the huddle, and we can see it's 4th and very close. Shotgun, 2 back. Looks like he's actually in a pistol set with 2 backs. Takes the ball. First man through. Nice job. 1st down for Ryan Matthews. Ryan Matthews, great kid, great athlete. Love to see the ball in his hands. 5'11", 195. He's going to give you everything he has. Great job, Ryan Matthews. 2 back set out of gun. 2 receivers up top to the quarterback's left. 1 receiver to his right. 2 back split the quarterback. Shotgun. And I don't think our team was ready when the center snapped the ball. And I see the clock is stopping, which I guess it's stopping on penalties now, as it would normally, as a normal clock, but we got a legal procedure. Simply just means 1st and 15. It's not going to make that much of a difference because coach is going to want to move the ball, and it's not 5 yards he needs. He knows that. So Coach Bookman's going to continue to call the best game he possibly can and keep the Cougars moving. There's nobody I would want more right now running our Cougar football team than Dennis Bookman because he loves the game, loves the kids, gets the most out of them, and he'll do a great job throughout his career. Pass down the middle to Connor Shamani, who catches the ball over 2 defenders. What a great pass, great catch. Tyler Wolf to Connor Shamani, Bob Schnee, 1st down.
As you said, great pass and great catch. He threaded that right between 2 defenders there.
Coach Bookman has him in the hurry-up offense. Trips to the left, offset also to the left side. Shotgun. Tyler looking to the left. Short pass to Price, but he goes down on 2 knees. Christian Price makes the catch, but it'll be for very, very short gain, maybe even a loss. 2nd down. Cougars in hurry-up offense. Clock is ticking, under 9:30. They're going to go back to the huddle. Coach Bookman is going to make sure they get exactly the play and the formation and the read that he needs. And he's treating his inexperienced quarterback exactly the way he should be treating him. He wants him to learn. He wants him to be in big games, big situations, and know how to read the defense. Trips to the right, offset to the left. Shotgun. Looks to get the ball to a short pass to Matthew Casadas, who breaks a tackle and is taken down inside the 15-yard line. 3rd down. Love how we're getting the ball in our game, our big playmakers' hands, and I love the way Coach Bookman is treating this situation, trying to teach Bob. He's trying to teach his young team exactly what they need to do when the game's going to be on the line. 8:30 to go, 3rd down, and just about 11 yards from the 19-yard line. Oh, I apologize, from the 14-yard line. Pistol formation, 2-back set. Hands the ball to Matthew Bookman, who's trying to get perimeter off the left side, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and he's close to the goal line, and they say he's in. Touchdown. First touchdown of the season for the Hazleton area Cougars. Comes with 8 minutes and 5 seconds in the fourth quarter, 35-6 before the point after. Bob, you got to give Matt Bookman a lot of credit there, establishing perimeter and fighting his way to the end zone.
Great run. I didn't think he was ever going to get to the end zone because 2 or 3 people had angles, and he just blew right by them. Tremendous play by Bookman. Down the line, you're going to see Bookman with a couple 100-yard rushers.
I'll tell you what, you have to give a lot of credit to the offensive line as well, who established that. And I love how Coach Bookman kept his team playing. That tells me a lot about each of these players. And right now, waiting for the point after.
Yeah, as you said earlier, right now it's about teaching. The normal fan would be saying, well, like you should be in a no huddle. That's you're not going to win the game. It's 35-0. And you yourself was probably the best teacher ever in football. It's a teaching moment now. You're not going to win the game. Look for what you're going to be working on. Make it better for down the line.
Couldn't agree more. Well said, Coach. So we have Luke Russo with the point after, his first point after of the season, and it's 35-7, 8 minutes and 5 seconds, and Cougars will be set to kick off. And Coach Bookman has a decision here. He could kick it deep, or he could possibly try to get the ball back with trying his onside kick. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Bookman has elected to do, and we'll see what Coach Spencer has decided to do, if he's going to leave his starting lineup on the field with his offense or start playing some of his junior varsity and second and third team players. So interesting moment right now in the game with 8 minutes to go. Stay with us, folks, because you're going to see some really good student athletes on this field giving it their all, and that's what Friday Night Under the Lights is all about. 8 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in this game. Cougars getting set, and we'll see what Coach Bookman elects to do. Is he going to work on his hands team, which means a surprise onside or possibly a set onside, or is he going to kick it deep? Interesting moment at the point of this game, Bob. Warriors in a conventional return with 3 men deep, and we'll see what happens here as Luke approaches the ball, and he does indeed kick it high and deep to the middle man at the 10-yard line. Running toward the Wyoming area bench, he's stopped immediately. Great coverage by the Hazleton area Cougars, as they will start the ball with the Wyoming area Warriors at approximately the 20-21-yard line. Okay, Coach Spencer's Wyoming area Warriors approach the line of scrimmage. And he says some young players in the game at this point. And the Cougars will start using their subs as well. And I could see a handoff up the middle to the fullback. And maybe a yard, Bob. But the clock is now running. 7:27 to go. Second and long. Cougar student body still here cheering on their team. That's why Hazleton Area High School is among the best high schools in this state, because our kids are among the best and they stick together and they love what they do, whatever club, sport, extracurricular activity they're in. They love their school. They love each other. Gotta love our student body. Second down and short long for the Warriors. And we got some young players in the game, second back through. Cougars are saying, no, that's not going to work. Third and long with 6:45 remaining in the game.
As Hazleton is starting to substitute now, taking out their starters.
And I can certainly understand that, Bob. I mean, this is a time when you're going to have some of the other people get them on film, study them, teach them. Everything we do as coaches is a teaching moment, coaching moment, and that's exactly what he's going to do as Coach Bookman. As a timeout is now called, he'll talk to his team, and he's going to let them know, look, we're going to get you on film. We're going to see what you're all about. Are you reading your keys? Are you looking at your formation? Are you getting your correct reads? You never stop playing the game of football, because the one thing you don't want to do is stand around and get hurt. You got to give 100% all the time, and that's what football teaches you. 100% effort all the time. And it also teaches you a team sport. It's the ultimate in team sport, because you don't, let me tell you, it's not just about Friday nights, Coach, as you know. It's all about preparation, hard work, being good friends, sacrificing for each other. Who's throwing the block? Who's throwing the ball? Who's catching the ball? Who's blocking for you when you catch the ball? It's the ultimate team sport. We got the right person at the helm, and Coach Dennis Bookman among his entire staff. And I love watching them coach and play, because they give everything they have. I'm very proud of them. 3rd and long for the Warriors. Clock now begins to run at 6 minutes. I formation. Quarterback takes the ball from center with 2 backs. And looks like it's just going to be a simple fake keep to the right side. Nice call, reverse pivot. Maybe get 6-7 yards, but we're looking at 4th down. Cougars continue to go in and out of the game. And I think what Coach Bookman will look at this weekend is who's healthy and who can play next week as he starts the weekend. Coach Bookman won't rest. He'll have his staff look at game film. He'll look at what they did well, what they need to work on, and I can guarantee you this, he'll have his team ready to play next week. Clock continues to run. Wyoming area is not in a punt formation right now with 4th and 2, taking as much time off the clock as possible, letting that clock run down, which is certainly understandable. And I believe the Warriors have 1 timeout remaining, and they may use it here. And that's exactly what they do. It's probably exactly what I would have done. Let the clock run down and then punt the ball out of there. That's what I would do. We'll see what Coach Spencer, who's an excellent coach, we'll see what he decides to do.
Now going back to the start of the game, I mean, if you look back, you take away that fumble and the interference call, and you had 2 or 3 motion penalties. So, I mean, for all the inexperienced people that you're playing tonight, and everybody wants to win, but as a coach, you've got to take that into consideration. And sometimes in sports, whether it be football, basketball, wrestling, you're going to come across a better opponent. Tonight, this team was much stronger than us and much more talented than us. That's the bottom line. Not that our kids gave 100%, but that's the bottom line here tonight.
Well
they were
said.
much stronger and they were more talented.
So it looks like Cougars jumped off sides. Wyoming area elected to come out to the line of scrimmage, go on a long count. And sometimes you go on a long count, you try to draw the opposing team off sides, and that's what happened. And Coach Bookman will talk about that. He'll talk about discipline, watching the ball, and so forth. But unfortunately, it's going to lead to a 1st down for Wyoming area. And at this point in the game, it's 1st and 10. And, Bob, I want to take the opportunity that it was great working with you tonight. But most importantly, you're always the guy that gives back to our community and the work you do for Luzerne County Council. We, on behalf of our entire community and our entire county, I want to thank you for always putting the people first.
And the same respect goes back to you, Rocky. We coached together. You were an outstanding coach. You were an outstanding educator. Second to nobody. And you had a great career here. And I just want to wish you the best of happiness that Joanne and your family shared you with us for all these years. And thank you to Joanne and the Petrone family. And looking down from heaven, I know your dad and your mom are smiling that they did a good job teaching you the values that you do have.
Well, thank you, sir. Well said. Well said. And yes, we both know that if it wasn't for our wives, we would not be experiencing any kind of success. And God bless both Jamie Schnee and Joanne Petrone. Second and long as the Wyoming area continues to try to establish line of scrimmage, running the ball off tackle. Cougars running players in and out as the clock is running down. And I see that the faithful has still stayed. The student body, got to give them so much credit. They're still here. I'm standing next to Christopher Kozlov, one of our teachers at Hazleton Area Career Center. And I know, Chris, you're proud to see our students stay as well. Every teacher is proud of their students. No doubt Chris is. And when he sees a student body hanging around, watching our kids play, it's got to make you feel good as a teacher.
Oh, most definitely, Rock. I mean, seeing the kids standing around, I mean, stick it in there, especially on a rainy night like this. I mean, we're losing, we're down by a couple, and, you know, that's what it's all about, you know, everybody coming together, that family mentality, and, you know, that's what's going to get you on to the next week. So as long as they can keep that kind of mantra moving forward, and as long as we can get this kind of support moving into next week, I think we'll be fine.
Christopher, let's talk a little bit about school starting up, and everybody's probably going to be a little on edge with in-person teaching versus online teaching, and I'm sure you can speak as a teacher's perspective that for those that do come back in person, we'll have all the safety measures in place and teach those students the best we possibly can.
Oh, most certainly, most certainly. I mean, you know, we're going to have a mask mandate going on, from my understanding. But other than that, I mean, in-person learning is the hands-on skill sets that you learn are second to none. And what I really tell and teach my kids is that you get two different types of education in academia. Yeah, the academics, but you also get, you know, the life skills, the ability to work well with others, the ability to handle yourself in social situations. And these are a lot of skills that are necessary as you move forward. So, you know, in person, yeah, we're in some scary times, but, you know, there's so much more benefits and pros, and especially if we're taking the right safety precautions, I think, you know, everybody should be looking forward to a great year.
Yeah, I agree with you, and there's no doubt our superintendent and all of our administrators do everything they can to keep people safe. And we understand those that need to do the online learning. We completely understand. But those that do elect to come in person, I can tell you from firsthand experience, our teaching staff, our administrators do everything they possibly can because safety will always come first. Christopher Kozlep, who teaches at the Career Center, and the director, Lori Herman. Well said. I wish you the best in your teaching career, your second year with our district. But I got to tell you, you're doing an outstanding job with running our Facebook page, with helping us with extracurriculars, and running our Channel 99. On behalf of our community, we appreciate all you're doing to highlight our students.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, you know, it's only my second year and trying to jumpstart this program and really build and expand it, but mostly to put the student body and the school on, you know, the public's radar. I mean, we've lost a lot last year, and this year moving forward, we want to make sure that everybody gets their due date, you know.
And I'm glad to hear you say that, because it's all about highlighting our students, and we really do appreciate, and I know I'm speaking on behalf of Bob Schnee as well, appreciate your effort in highlighting our student athletes and our student body.
Well, just going back the other way, I thank both of you guys for coming in and commentating for today's game. You did a bang-up job, and you know, I really appreciate it. So thank you very much. And
no, it was an honor to come here tonight. And I mean, you do a tremendous job, Christopher, with and the kids that you have under your wing there. Our hats are off to you tonight.
Oh, thank you very much.
For something that you're putting together here that's going to be very exciting for kids.
Most certainly, most certainly. I mean, this is 100% student-run broadcast. You know, we do have the guest commentators, but at the end of the day, it's a student-run program for the students, by the students, and eventually, you know, we look to expand that into internships and so on and so forth. So I'm glad that that's really coming across clearly, and we just look to expand and grow as we move forward.
So as the coaches now will meet at midfield, final score 35 for Wyoming area, 7 for the Cougars. We want to thank everybody involved in tonight's production from the Hazleton Area School District Network, Channel 99, which you can also watch on Facebook page. And it takes our students. I have students sitting here next to me, and young ladies, we thank you for tonight. Thank you for all that you've done. Christopher Kozlop, we're very proud of you. Thank you for all that you've done. And it takes a lot of people to do this production. And we appreciate all of you watching us this evening. Hazleton Area Cougar football, Friday night under the lights. Each week we'll be back. Each week they're going to give the best effort. And I know, Bob, that Coach Bookman, he's going to take this hard loss, this loss very, very hard. He's going to take it to heart. But I will tell you this. He's the most positive person I've ever been around, and he's going to do everything he can to have his team bounce back ready to go against a very tough Harrisburg team next week.
One thing before we leave, as you touched on, as we both have touched on, both Coach Bookman over the telecast, outstanding young coach. And Coach Bookman's going to be here a very, very, very long time. And if he leaves, it's going to be on his own to go to a higher level.
That's right. And that's something that I agree with you 100%. And he loves Hazleton area. He loves the history of Hazleton area. He knows that he knows he's in a position that is filled with honor, and he knows he has a lot of influence on members of our community as well as our student body and our football team. And he's the right man for the job, and I'm extremely proud of him. But Wyoming area was all about pounding the line of scrimmage tonight, establishing the running game. They did a good job. We wish them the best. We wish everybody the best in our entire Hazleton area school district. So, Christopher Kozlop, the entire student body, thank you for all that you have done. And Bob Schnee, thank you for being my partner here this evening. Hazleton area high school football. We'll be back next week versus Harrisburg.